are Astana, the futuristic capital of Kazakhstan. I recently went on a short trip there, and I really enjoyed the place. The center of Astana is actually pretty walkable. The main attractions such as the Khan Shatyr, the Baiterek and the Astana Opera House are all within walking distance. There are a lot of shopping malls, restaurants and convenience stores within walking distance, and the vast majority of these shops are open late at night 7 days a week, which is pretty convenient since a lot of these shops close pretty early in the UK and Europe. Another thing that I like is that in central Astana, you can actually cycle on the sidewalk. In central London you cannot do this, which makes cycling more scary since you have to ride alongside with the cars. One great thing is that Astana is very safe to walk around both at day and night, meaning I can easily get a midnight snack when I am feeling peckish. However, what may surprise you is that this city barely existed 30 years ago. During Soviet times, it was mainly just steppe. The capital and largest city, which it still currently is, was Almaty. During the first years of independent Kazakhstan, Almaty was the capital. However, during 1997, the Kazakh government decided to change the capital to Astana. A massive construction project took place to build up the capital to what it is today. If you visit nowadays, you will still have a lot of construction going on, building new apartments and infrastructure. I do believe that creating a new capital was a good move. Firstly, if Almaty was still the capital, then all of the nation's economic, political, cultural and scientific power would be concentrated there. If you compare that to most other post-Soviet states, all of the economic and political capital are concentrated in the capital. With regards to Kazakhstan, despite the fact that Astana is the political capital, Almaty remains the cultural and economic capital. Kazakhstan's major companies such as Kaspi and Halkbank are headquartered in Almaty. In addition, the Kazakh stock market, KASE, is headquartered in Almaty. In addition, most of the major cultural events such as pop concerts are in Almaty. This means that there isn't a huge concentration of everything in one city, and that Almaty and Astana balance each other in that regard. One important point to note is that if a country creates a new capital, the political elite will actually have to live there, which creates a real incentive to make sure it looks nice and that services and infrastructure work well. I believe creating new capitals would definitely be a good idea for some countries. A good example would be my own country, the UK. Everything, and I mean everything, is concentrated in London. All the money, political power, cultural output, London is king here. Even regarding education, where Oxford and Cambridge are known for their famous universities, London boasts a multitude of prestigious institutes such as Imperial College London and LSE. London's economy is even bigger than the Scottish, Northern Irish and Welsh economies combined. Comparing London to the second largest city, Birmingham. Yeah, you get the point. While this may be good for me since I live in London and people like me have a huge amount of opportunities, the same can't be said about the rest of the country. To reduce the amount of imbalance is to make another city the political capital and move the parliament there. I would choose either one of the existing northern cities such as Liverpool or Manchester to house to be the political capital, since it would help the north, which has been left behind for the past few decades. Other countries have also built new capitals. One good example would be Australia. When deciding the nation's capital, the country was split between Sydney and Melbourne. However, as a good compromise, they decided to build a new capital called Canberra. Sydney is already the largest city and its financial hub. If Sydney became the capital, causing a big imbalance and a high concentration on one spot. Washington, D.C. is also a good example. While New York is the financial capital, San Francisco is the tech capital and Los Angeles is the cultural capital, DC being the political capital means that no one city becomes too overpowered. Other countries are also building new capitals. Take for instance Indonesia, where they will build a new capital on Borneo. South Korea has already built a city called Sejong City. It is the administrative capital of Korea and a lot of ministries and government bodies are present there. However, in 2004 the Constitutional Court blocked Sejong becoming the national capital in response to a complaint by the then opposition Conservative Party. Don't know why they did it. However, there are some countries where this definitely would not work. Firstly, countries like China and the USA do have a political capital, then they have a financial capital, and then they have a technology capital. Creating another political capital won't work since a political capital already exists. It also won't work in countries such as Germany, where everything is more spread and there isn't a big concentration packed in one city. In fact, Berlin is one of the poorer places in Germany. Building a new capital in Germany would not increase the balance. Another point to mention is that in the longer term, the financial and technological talent could slowly move into the new capital. Japan is a good example. For most of its history, Kyoto was the capital and Tokyo was just a mere fishing village. In 1868, Tokyo became the new capital during the Meiji Restoration. Fast forward today, Tokyo is a megacity where it is the command center for Japanese politics, economics and technology, whereas Kyoto settled into being a tourist attraction that is now broke. In conclusion, building a new capital like Astana can work wonders, but only in countries with specific conditions. I hope you enjoyed this video and that this has given an insight on how to reduce the concentration happening to capital cities across the world.